Pleasant good morning to you. It is 5 o'clock. It is Tuesday morning. Thank you for joining us on Good Day Las Vegas. I'm John Langler.
I'm Alex Backus. Thank you for joining us this morning, everybody. You know, it looks like people are already up and at 'em. On the camera behind you, aside from us.
Aside from us, yeah.
Yeah, but it's nice as you get outside this morning.
Yeah,
It's nice and cool.
As you get ready to head out the door, grab your breakfast and so forth, Sherry, it's going to be pretty nice today.
I always wondered why Eve was left out of that. Up and Adam, whatever happened to Eve? You know, never mind.
She's still getting ready.
I'm kidding. That's at them. Up and Adam. Got it.
Yes, I see. All right.
Hey, winds are still up and Adam, that's for sure. They have been bumping around. They've still been up 20, 30 miles an hour overnight. You can see Las Vegas, Henderson, Nellis still got some gusty winds, but you'll also notice that the temperatures are down. Wow, we are in the very dry 70s this morning. That air is so dry, skies are clear, and it feels great outside. So you're going to love it when you step outside this morning to get the paper, walk the dog, or head out early for work. 79 degrees, slowly warming through the morning, 85 by noon, and we'll finish off right around 90 with much less wind. Once that sun comes up, the winds will start to calm down a little bit, and they'll be much lighter by the afternoon. Enjoy your Tuesday. 5:02. Good morning, Nate. Are we enjoying the commute so far?
Oh, yes, we are. In fact, I thought you were talking about something scientific when you're talking about up and atom. I thought you were talking about protons and neutrons.
Yeah, you know,
those type of atoms.
I don't know that anybody really understands that phrase.
Where did up and atom come from? A-T apostrophe E-M.
Up and Adam.
Boy, put that on our Facebook page. Southbound I-15 is doing great, and the ramp from the South 95 to the South 15 is open. We'll talk more about why that is. In the meantime, while the freeway system is looking good, heads up that there is police activity way out on the way west side of town. So here's the 215, here's Charleston. One of the main streets past there is Desert Foothills. There's some police activity in that vicinity. Keep an eye out and watch for those flashing lights. John, Alex.
All right, Nate, thank you. It is 5:03. So it started as a joke, and then it went viral. Millions of people said they wanted to storm Area 51, and later this week, the storm starts.
Alien Theme Festival is taking over Rachel and Heiko up in Lincoln County. Also, downtown Las Vegas. That's where Hector Mejia is live this morning with some of those details. Hector, good morning to you.
Good morning, and this is where Matty Roberts, the man behind the Facebook page, the viral Facebook page, has moved his event to after pulling out of the event in Rachel, Nevada. The Alien Stock celebration is now taking place here at the downtown Las Vegas Event Center Thursday night, and there's been a bit of confusion over which events are happening and where. A representative from the Department of Energy is speaking on camera for the first time about it, and to put it bluntly, the Department of Energy is saying do not visit us. The spokesman says visitors are already heading to where they think Area 51 is located, but they are actually ending up at the Nevada National Security Site. Area 51 is located north of the entrance and controlled by the Air Force.
There are Google Maps that will show a route that takes them to our site to get to Area 51, so that's our biggest issue is Google doesn't help us. And then they get mixed up on the highway numbers. They want to take Highway 93, but they're on Highway 95.
So which events are happening this weekend? There's one in Heiko at the Alien Research Center called Area 51 Base Camp. Another one was planned in Rachel at the Little Alien, originally called Alien Stock and promoted by Matty Roberts, but now he has sent a cease and desist to Connie West, the owner of the Little Alien. She hung up on her I-team when we tried to ask if that event is still going forward. And talking about the one here in downtown Las Vegas, well, their website says it's a free event, but if you wish to attend, you have to RSVP. Reporting live this morning, Hector Mejia, 8 News Now.
All right, Hector, thank you very much. Bud Light is getting in on the Storm Area 51 buzz, no pun intended. It introduced specially designed beer cans, but now they're offering free beer also, but only for aliens. It's Anheuser-Busch's way of welcoming any aliens who escape Area 51. There's even a limited edition alien pack, shirts, koozies, hats, and jackets, all fit for aliens. The cans are only on sale, though, in Nevada, California, and Arizona.
Oh, my. And they will end up on eBay if you miss it. Stay with us here on 8 News Now for team coverage of the Storm Area 51 event. We will be live near the site starting Thursday and all through the weekend.
6 minutes past 5 on your Tuesday morning. New ratings this morning for Clark County School District and its campuses.
Schools were rated from 1 to 5 stars based on English, math, academic growth, graduation rates, and chronic absence. There were 98 schools that received either 4 or 5-star ratings. 86 schools increased at least 1 star from last year's results.
Our students come from various backgrounds and experiences, and it's our teachers that make sure that it doesn't matter what zip code they're in, that they all achieve and that they get the supports that they need and deserve.
Well, I'm glad it's improving. I hope we start crawling up the list in a good way, for overall in the country.
There was one school that received outstanding results. That was Triggs Elementary. The school went from 2 stars to 5 stars this year alone. 5:06 now. 2 victims have been identified in a fiery car crash last week.
12-year-old Monet Garcia and her father Mark were killed near Flamingo in Dunville. Monet was a competitive figure skater. Her father always cheered her on. They were on their way to meet up with Monet's mother before the crash.
I heard a motorcycle going really fast, and then I just heard a horn going off. It was just a big explosion. It breaks my heart, a whole life ahead of her,
Metro Police say an officer did see 28-year-old Jonathan Smith speeding on his motorcycle before the crash, but wasn't able to stop him. There is a vigil for Monet Garcia tonight at 7:15 at Sobe Ice Arena. That's inside the Fiesta on Rancho. A tribute skate for Monet is Saturday night. The family's GoFundMe page has raised so far nearly $13,000. Alex.
Well, John, a 19-year-old will now spend 5 to 20 years in prison for the death of 18-year-old Garrett Merriweather. He was killed in a DUI crash back in May near Sahara and Fort Apache. Alexander Brewer spoke in court yesterday before he was taken to prison.
I wanted to make sure that everybody that looks at my case in the future learns that all it takes is one selfish action to actually not only ruin your own life, but someone else's life as well.
Brewer pleaded guilty to DUI involving death and felony reckless driving. Merriweather's family has also started an anti-drunk driving foundation in their son's name. Clark County prosecutors have now filed a formal murder charge against 21-year-old Giovanni Ruiz. He is accused of killing his 19-year-old ex-girlfriend and UNLV student Paula Davis. Her body was found inside a van at a North Las Vegas park earlier this month. In court yesterday, Davis's father says he wants to make sure his daughter's killer is punished.
Hope that he is not able to hurt anyone again. We're not, I said this before, it's not a vengeance, it's not, we just want to make sure there's no possibility that he could harm someone else or put another family through the pain.
Ruiz is expected back in court next week.
Another warning from Nevada's Department of Taxation over tainted strains of marijuana. This is the second warning from the state in less than a month. The affected marijuana failed independent testing for yeast and mold. It's believed the pot was sold in the form of flowers and pre-rolls between July 10th through August 28th. You see it on your screen there. And here's a list of that pot that was sold. Again, it's on your screen right now. So far, there are no reports of any illnesses.
It's 5:09 now. If you have an old car seat laying around, you can trade it in for some cash.
That's coming up next. We'll tell you what you can get in return if you bring that old seat to a Walmart.
Plus, the Wynn is changing its parking policy, and it's good news what visitors can expect at the end of the month. That's right after that.
More lawyer, less fee. You're watching the Valley's news leader with John Langler, Alex Backus, Sherry Swensk, and Nate Tannenbaum. This is Good Day Las Vegas on 8 News Now.
13 minutes past 5, rumors are swirling. 2 strip icons, the Bellagio and the MGM Grand, could be sold.
Bloomberg reports the Blackstone Group is now in talks with MGM Resorts to buy the properties and lease them back. Analysts say the sale could generate billions of dollars toward a resort MGM is trying to build in Japan. Blackstone is a private firm based in New York. It already owns the Cosmopolitan and a gaming company in Spain.
More free parking coming, I guess, back to the Strip when Las Vegas will no longer charge for valet parking after this month. The new policy goes into effect at midnight on September 30th. And Sherry, Nate, you'll remember the controversy. Let's say controversy.
Yes. No, I didn't hear anything about that.
Started charging for parking on the Strip. So
yeah, but this isn't just free parking. This is free valet parking.
And it's always been a little different on the north end versus the south end of the Strip, from my experience.
Didn't Wynn and Encore go back to the free regular parking a couple of months ago?
Pretty sure they did.
They did.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So now they're having free valet.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's bonus to me.
So we'll just go get our cars valeted, run around, and then come back.
That's what we're going to park for
we
work.
at least need to step in for lunch.
Yeah.
We're going to valet free, right? We can afford to have lunch now.
Yeah, but you know, it was nice that they offered free parking in general because
that's
a lot
true.
of hotels don't.
Hey guys, it's time for our morning jolt, and we wanted to share some beautiful sunset videos and photos that you've been sending in. Isn't this gorgeous? Last night we had the clouds in the sky. This is a time lapse from our 6 a.m. producer, Chrissy Ammer. She took this for us. You can see the palm trees doing the hula dance in the breeze. Also some pictures that have been posted on Facebook. Look at Susan, who posted this gorgeous picture from Silverado Ranch, and Chris from Henderson. Look at the colors in the sky. So beautiful. You have the evening sunset and the clouds, and then Nina from 215 and Valle Verde. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, everybody. I love the sunsets and the sunrises when we have clouds, but we will be clear this morning. We also had those gorgeous lenticular clouds that were set up over the mountains. I've got a really great couple of shots of those. I'll share those in the next half hour. If you have any weather pictures anytime, you can always send them to pixpics@8newsnow.com, or you can put them on our Facebook page at 8 News Now. So we would love to see them. We always love to share them too with everybody else. We've got some gusty winds still very active overnight at the airport. Most recently 23, but last hour they were up to near 30. 25% humidity. We are about 8 degrees cooler this morning, down into the 70s than we were yesterday when we were in the low 80s. And as we go outside the valley and up to northern Nevada, check out Ely and Tonopah in the low 40s. Oh, that feels good. Nancy, our faithful viewer up in Tonopah, I know it's cool. You're wearing jackets up there this morning. Look at Reno at 38. Amargosa Valley is in the mid-70s. Pahrump at 69. Sandy Valley in the 70s. Searchlight and Laughlin a little milder in the 80s, but Calienti's at 60. Mesquite and Boulder City in the 70s right now. All right, the wind gusts around the region. Wow, we were rocking and rolling yesterday. Near 50-mile-an-hour winds up at Kyle Canyon. Mountain Spring Summit, 45. Red Rock over 40. Hoover Dam the same, and McCarran has been over 30. So I know you've been feeling those winds. Those will start to calm down through the morning. Once we get that sun up, by noon I think we'll have much lighter winds. We'll be cooler today too. We're only looking at 90 degrees. The normal is 94. Yesterday we hit 95. And look at the sunrise, 6:25, sunset at 6:45. Those will be closer to 12 hours apart next Monday when the autumnal equinox arrives, the beginning of fall. So one cold front has moved through. There is another one on the horizon. That will bring us more wind on Wednesday. And another little hit in the temps, even down to 80s by Thursday and Friday. Whew, that's going to reinforce the cooler mornings too in the 60s, and then we'll have more seasonal 90s through the weekend. Enjoy. It's a little taste of fall before fall officially arrives on Monday. Alrighty, let's get to those roads. Nate, what's moving? What's not out there?
Everything is moving right along, especially in the Spaghetti Bowl where there was supposed to be a ramp closure. We'll get to that. Wanted to give you that heads up about some police activity way out on the west side of town. You got the 215 in Charleston here. One of the big streets west of there is Desert Foothills. In the area, the residential area, there may be some police activity. But let's get to the Spaghetti Bowl where there was going to be a closure of the ramp from the South 95 to the South 15. That did not happen. They put that off. There was no work last night. That has been postponed to start tonight. And then it's going to run tomorrow night and Thursday night from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. You will not be able to take that ramp, but basically you kind of will be taking that ramp because the detour has you going along the side collector road. You'll be coned off at Charleston, and instead of going left or right there at Charleston, you just cross Charleston because that is the southbound I-15 access at Charleston. It's like magic, really, John and Alex.
Thanks, Nate. 5:18 now. Striking against General Motors. About 50,000 workers are back on the picket line this morning in 9 states.
This is the biggest union strike in the U.S. since 2007. Workers are striking for more money and a larger profit-sharing plan. General Motors says most hourly workers make about $90,000 a year in salary, including benefits. The vice president of the United Auto Workers told members their health insurance plans will resume through the month and that General Motors is paying for it.
Los Angeles County getting ready to unveil its brand new voting system. It took 10 years and $100 million. Officials hope the new system will bring in more voters to the polls. The county plans to hold a mock election later this month so voters can get familiar with the system. There are 13 languages on the device. For security reasons, the devices are not connected to the internet or any network. The new voting system will be used during the presidential primaries next March in California.
September is National Baby Safety Month, and Walmart's using the opportunity to collect old car seats. Customers can trade in a car seat for a $30 Walmart gift card. There's a 2-car seat trade-in limit per household, and you have until the end of the month to trade in your car seat.
5:19. Up next this morning, President Trump has reached a trade agreement with China. What we can expect from future tariffs.
Plus, General Mills issues a recall. What it says is wrong with its gold medal brand flour. On the Valley's News. Good morning.
your kind of place.
523, the U.S. and China have reached a trade agreement.
And General Mills is recalling its flour. Diane King Hall joins us from Wall Street with those stories. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning, guys. And actually, quick correction, that's actually the U.S. and Japan have a trade agreement. I'll get to that in just a minute. On the earnings front, we'll get reports today from FedEx and online pet store Chewy, both after the close. Yesterday was a down day on Wall Street. The Dow dropped 142 points. The NASDAQ lost 23 and the S&P 500 fell 9. President Trump says the U.S. has reached an initial trade agreement with Japan. In a letter to Congress released by the White House, Mr. Trump said he intends to enter into the deal on tariff barriers in the coming weeks. The president also said he will be entering into an exclusive agreement with Japan on digital trade. Now, neither agreement requires a congressional vote under the so-called fast-track approval process. And General Mills is recalling about 600,000 pounds of gold medal unbleached all-purpose flour due to E. coli risk. The potentially contaminated items are the 5-pound bags with a better if used by date of September 6, 2020. The company is urging consumers to throw out the affected items. John and Alex.
All right, Diane, let's talk about these lists that we all love, like a list of best places to do this, best things to do that.
Yep.
A new list now of the most fun cities in the U.S. Are we at least close to the top here in Las Vegas?
All right, stay with me. Wallet Hub compared nearly 200 cities across the country to come up with the most fun ones based on metrics like movie costs, brewery hours, and number of dance clubs and restaurants. The personal finance site says, drumroll, Las Vegas nabbed the top spot, followed by Orlando, Florida, and New York City. Alex and John.
Wow, we beat New York.
Finally, people think that Las Vegas is fun.
I
know. We were wondering when that would ever happen.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I know that was corny, sorry.
No, it's all right. So finally, people can have fun in Las Vegas after years of it being so dreary and drab.
Thank goodness Wallet Hub figured it out.
Yeah.
Nope, it's number one.
Right,
it is number one. And if you're wondering who took 4 and 5, that was Miami and Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Vegas, Orlando, New York, Miami, Chicago.
Good to know. And now, Diane, you have to come to Vegas and have some fun.
Good list, right?
Please do, Diane.
I know. I was just calculating the years it's been since. I'm not even going to say how many years it's been since I've been there, but it's been several. More than several.
It is time.
Multiple. All right, Diane. Have yourself a good morning.
Thanks, Diane.
All right.
5:25 now. So we've talked about this a little bit. Parking's been an issue with Allegiant Stadium, but the Raiders may have a solution.
You mean the Raiders? We'll tell you where fans go to be able to park for the games when they start up next year. This is Good Day Las Vegas.
Prestige, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge.
Now on Good Day Las Vegas, Storm Area 51 happening in just a few days, where visitors are allowed to go if you're taking part in the event.
Plus, parking at Allegiant Stadium. Space might be limited. We're going to tell you the solution the Raiders may have found.
And winds will calm down, and temperatures are going to drop. Sherry has all the details in your Weather Now forecast.
No need to get up just yet. Stay seated, relax. Good Day Las Vegas starts right now.
Now, live. This is Good Day Las Vegas.
Go. It is 5:30, everybody. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alex Backus.
I'm John Langler. Tuesday morning, we're getting ready to go here, getting ready to have another work day, and it's a slow wake up, I feel like.
It is
We're
very
getting the engine
slow
started
today.
a little bit.
Have you noticed that it's getting dark at night a lot earlier, which is nice for us?
Usually I'm asleep,
Oh.
but it does help when it gets darker a little earlier.
Yes.
Are you asleep by 7 o'clock?
I try to be.
Well, good for
I have to
you.
be,
You get more
fresh
sleep
as
than
a
I do.
daisy for the morning show.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's right. We're supposed to be in bed by then,
Yes,
aren't we?
we are.
Ideally.
Hey, winds were kind of keeping me awake, and they were pushing the trees around last night. You know, we've had gusts still 30-plus miles an hour. Air is staying pretty dry, 25% humidity. Those clouds were pretty heavy last night, though, and we were seeing just a few little light sprinkles with the clouds late in the day into the evening hours. But temperatures are noticeably cooler. We're down into the mid-70s. Check things out. Even up north, we're down into the 40s. Now, this is the first cold front that's moving through. The second cold front that goes through by tomorrow is going to pull our temperatures down even cooler. But these wind gusts, wow, they've been up near 50 miles an hour in the mountains, Mountain Springs Summit, Red Rock. We're looking at temperatures today, though, down to 90 degrees. That's going to be so nice this afternoon, and the winds will be much lighter as we get through the day. So you'll enjoy that. I can tell you it's going to be a great Tuesday. Let's get to the roads at 5:30. Let's see how that commute is moving along. Nate?
It is moving right along, especially with the idea that there was going to be a ramp closure in the Spaghetti Bowl. That did not happen. We'll get there after we quickly remind you that there is some police activity. You're not exactly sure what's going on, but on the far, far west side of town, the 215 and Charleston, there's a street called Desert Foothills. There's some police activity in the residential neighborhood there. All right, to the Spaghetti Bowl. The ghost of Project Neon lives on. They were supposed to close the ramp from the South 95 to the South 15 until they didn't. There was no work last night. We'll continue to keep you posted as they postponed all of that. These details and the detour, we'll go into them in detail coming up in just a little bit. John and Alex.
Thank you, Nate. 5:31 now. So festivals inspired by the viral Storm Area 51 Facebook page are now happening in just a few days.
So for those of you that don't want to drive all the way to Hico or Rachel up in Lincoln County, there is an event for this in downtown Las Vegas, which is where Hector Mejia is this morning with details. Good morning, Hector.
Good morning. The Alien Stock celebration promoted by the guy behind the viral Facebook page is now taking place here at the downtown Las Vegas Event Center, and it's a long way from where it was supposed to take place in Rachel, Nevada, the closest town to Area 51, but Maddie Roberts pulled out of that event, and with the hype surrounding the viral Storm Area 51 Facebook page, a spokesperson for the Nevada National Security Site, a U.S. Department of Energy facility, says they're seeing an increase in unwelcomed visitors showing up at the wrong place, thinking they're at the highly classified military base Area 51. They're blaming Google Maps in part for the confusion, and some are knowingly trespassing. Just last week, 2 men from the Netherlands were arrested for trespassing.
They willfully admitted that they read the signs, they ignored the signs, and drove onto the site and trespassed.
So where are you allowed to go? There's a festival this weekend in Hico at the Alien Research Center called Area 51 Base Camp. Another was planned in Rachel at the Little Alien, originally called Alien Stock and promoted by Maddie Roberts, but now he has sent a cease and desist to Connie West, the owner of the Little Alien. The event here in downtown Las Vegas, their website says it's a free event, but if you want to get in, you'll have to RSVP, and that's on Thursday night. Reporting live this morning, Hector Mejia, 8 News Now.
All right, Hector, thank you very much. You can, of course, stay with 8 News Now for team coverage of the Storm Area 51 event. That's a funny spaceship on the screen. We're going to be live near the site starting on Thursday. We'll be there all through the weekend.
It's a very bright light. All right, a local man needs your help this morning to find 7 puppies. They were stolen from his home last week in Southern Highlands. Take a look. Here's what they look like. They are purebred Caucasian Asharkas. Brian Madriger is a licensed breeder here in town. The puppies were going to their new families the same day they were stolen.
What they did is they grabbed all the puppies and then put them into the trash can and rolled them out the front door. These puppies were reserved for other people, and they're heartbroken.
And they're so cute. Brian is offering a reward for information leading to the puppies. It is possible they may have already been sold. If you think you bought one, contact 8 News Now or Metro Police. 5:34 now. So sales are soaring for the Raiders. The team plans to put an extra $90 million into Allegiant Stadium,
which is still, of course, under construction. That money will pay for more seats, more suites, upgrades, and marketing opportunities. Yesterday's stadium board meeting here in town also addressed the issue of parking, which is still lingering. The team plans to lease 19 acres of land from Clark County near Warm Springs and Las Vegas Boulevard.
We can address parking first. I know everyone's locally been concerned about that, and we've tried to assure them that it means a lot to the Raider organization. We will not ignore it. We've been very active with property owners. We've acquired some parking. We've purchased some properties. We've completed lease on some others. We have approximately 9,000 under control as of today if the game started today.
As you just heard, the Raiders have secured about 9,000 parking spots. The stadium is expected to be finished next summer.
And the Raiders are hosting a watch party this Sunday at the Henderson Pavilion. The team is taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Admission is free to this. Gates open at 9 a.m. Kickoff is at 10 a.m. Exclusive Raiders t-shirts will also be handed out to the first 1,500 people. There will also be several food trucks there, the Raiderettes, and Raiders alumni signing autographs. Again, that's all this Sunday at 9 a.m.
Let's go to the ice and talk about the Vegas Golden Knights.
Wow.
Their push for the regular season continues tonight as they continue their preseason schedule. They beat up on Arizona Sunday to start their preseason. We caught up with some of the players at yesterday's practice, and they say they're more determined than ever to push for the Stanley Cup.
We want to limit our stretches of poor play, maybe to 1 or 2 games, and kind of get right back on it, and that's what the good teams do. So we want to build from October, from now, but when the season starts, we want to build from October 2nd and be playing our best hockey in April with a chance to win the Stanley Cup.
We want to make playoffs, so that's the first step, and then when we're there, we want to do some damage.
Expectation is what it is every year. Try and go all the way, but you start with one game at a time. You never know what the season's how it's gonna play out.
So the Golden Knights are now on the road. They play Colorado tonight in Denver for their preseason schedule. Then, as you see on the screen there, they're going to play against the Kings and the Sharks. They're back at the Fortress September 25th.
Well, you can still sign up for the Vegas Strong 5K race. It is downtown on Sunday, September 29th at 8 a.m. coming up here soon. Entry fee is $50. All proceeds go to various organizations, including the Resiliency Center, Healing Garden, and scholarships created in memory of the victims. We have more information about events to commemorate 1 October on our website, 8newsnow.com. And how about John's song?
The Vegas Golden Knights song?
That was good.
I might have to trademark that. Apparently went over very, very well. 5:37 here on a Tuesday morning. Coming up next on Good Day, a special project being built for people with special needs.
We will show you the new community that will give them independence to live on their own.
Plus, a 9-year-old thinks he can do it all, and that is really hard to do. We'll show you his hockey skills on Good Day Las Vegas.
Your kind of place. You're watching the Valley's news leader with John Langler, Alex Backus, Sherry Swensk, and Nate Tannenbaum. This is Good Day Las Vegas on 8 News Now.
Well, I know it seems a little early, but it's never too early to plan. The Electric Daisy Carnival ready to come back to Las Vegas. 3-day passes for next year's music festival go on sale this Friday. That's right, music festival. You can buy them online at 9 a.m. Prices start at $339 each. But that's only good for this Friday. EDC takes place May 15th through the 17th at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This will be the festival's 10th anniversary in Las Vegas. I can't believe 10 years.
Well, here's something else that is trending. Another group of friends, so to speak, coming to Netflix. You're looking at them. Seinfeld. Yeah, that popular sitcom streaming in the year 2021. All 180 episodes. The show is going to fill the hole left behind by the departure of Friends, which is leaving Netflix next year.
It's real news and it's spectacular. Also trending, look at this. This is a 9-year-old kid in Texas putting his Golden Knights to shame with these tricks. This is really hard.
Crazy.
So his name is Caden. He's juggling a hockey ball, which is a street hockey ball, with his stick while standing on a balance board, not even a skateboard, a balance board.
Right.
The video has hundreds of likes and shares. It is not
Okay. Wait a minute.
So
Wait. He's got a ball, John. That's not a ball. That's a puck.
This is a puck. Oh, but look at that. That's so hard to do.
Insane. And on a balance board?
Yes. Coming soon to the Golden Knights in about 10 years when he's 19.
Crazy.
He can be drafted. I got my hockey stick.
Wait.
Yes, you do.
There's a little puck on it.
Are you going to do this?
Very good.
No,
On your anchor chair.
I'm not going to do that again because I won't have the same success. We'll just leave it at that. How about that?
Very nice.
That is not, no, that's so hard.
There are some kids I've seen that do some really incredible stick handling tricks. They can do, spin around and fire the puck up into the net. It's remarkable stuff that I could never do.
Yeah, some of us can't even find the right way to hold this.
I used to twirl a baton.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
But not standing on a balance board.
No, never.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive kid.
Yeah. Marching down the street in
George
a parade.
McPhee. We know sometimes you do watch.
Yes.
Now you know who to draft in again about 10 years.
Wow, what a talented kid. That is so cool. Hey, speaking of cool, it is cooler outside. Check out our beautiful camera here from the Red Rock Casino Resort. Boy, the palm trees are still whipping. We've had 20 to 30 mile per hour sustained winds out on the west side, and you can really see how the winds are moving around out there. Hey, did you notice the lenticular clouds over the mountains yesterday? Those are clouds that form over the mountains on a very windy day, and it's like an eddy of wind that just keeps the clouds almost stationary, and then they just sit there and get buffeted by the upper level winds. This is a great photo sent in by my friend Nancy Byrne-Weiss yesterday in the morning hours. Just absolutely beautiful with the blue sky and then the clouds that just kind of fanned out, and they sat there for hours over the Spring Mountains. So had some really cool photos. We'll share some more next hour. All right, so we're cooling down. Those clouds have cleared out. We've got clear skies, 50s up there at Kyle Canyon with near 50 mile per hour wind gusts, and then beautiful 70s from Centennial Hills to Aliante, North Las Vegas, even the Strip's down to 73, almost 10 degrees cooler than yesterday. 75 at Nellis. Apex is down to 69 degrees northeast of the Las Vegas Valley. Whitney Ranch at 74. Anthem's at 71. Kiddos, we've got a beautiful day coming. Now, it's going to be breezy this morning with those 70s, but as we get through the day, more towards the lunch hour, winds will be calming down, and we'll look for a sunny day with temps a little bit cooler at 90 degrees. Very mild for us for this time in September. Below normal temperatures, but dry, gusty winds return tomorrow. That's a secondary system, which will even drop us to the fall-like 80s for Thursday, Friday, and that's before the official arrival of fall, which is on Monday, the autumnal equinox, less than an hour after midnight on September 23rd. I know a lot of people have said, I'm ready, bring fall on. 5:45, let's bring Nate back on for a look at the roads.
Yeah, the Spaghetti Bowl on the traffic map here looks great. And further south on I-15 southbound past Sahara, a tire changer off on the right shoulder. We're trying to figure out why the traffic is so slow and it's not showing up on the map, but take a look now. Here's our camera looking at the southbound 15 out of the Spaghetti Bowl and that collector road, that is the ramp from the South 95 to the South 15 that was going to be closed overnight, which it wasn't. For some reason, it is looking like a parking lot out there. I mean, it's moving and the lanes are open. We'll try to figure out if there's anything going on there that you need to know about. Otherwise, just expect some delays. The other good news is the rest of the freeway system is looking pretty good. We are monitoring. Alex?
All right, thanks, Nate. A second woman now accuses Patriots wide receiver Antonio Brown of sexual misconduct. This comes as the NFL is already investigating a lawsuit accusing Brown of rape. In the latest case, a woman hired to paint a mural for Brown claims he took off his clothes and made sexual advances, which she rejected. She did not file a criminal or civil complaint. Yesterday, Brown's former trainer, Brittany Taylor, met with the NFL about her civil lawsuit against Brown. It is not clear if the NFL will punish him. He has denied all allegations.
547 in Maine, a firefighter is dead after a huge propane explosion. 68-year-old fire captain Michael Bell was killed in the accident. His brother and 7 other people were injured. The explosion leveled, as you see there, a new community building. The blast so strong some nearby homes were destroyed. The cause of the explosion is still under investigation. Alex.
John, a 7th person has died this morning from lung diseases related to vaping in the U.S. The most recent death happened in Tulare County, California. That is just south of Fresno. This now makes 2 deaths in the state of California. Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Minnesota, and Oregon have each reported 1 death from vaping. The CDC, the FDA, and state health departments are investigating the illnesses. Las Vegas has one of the hottest real estate markets in the entire country. Supply is low and demand is high.
But the challenge potential buyers have is nothing compared to our special needs community. Unlike the able-bodied, many of the valley's disabled cannot simply move into any home or apartment. A new project hopes to fill some of that void. They've been inseparable since they were children.
Okay, Leah. You go first.
John and Leah Riccobini, brother and sister.
What do you write? Right there.
Siblings, friends, bowlers.
All right, got the spare.
Yay!
Both work at Opportunity Village.
I get a good paycheck and I love it.
I like to have a good time with my friends at Opportunity Village.
John and Leah's lives are simple, challenging, and beautiful. But their disabilities keep them living here with their older sister.
That's what I love, is being with my family.
Marie Brancini started caring for John and Leah 7 years ago.
I went looking at some of the group homes and things would hit me right away, like, oh my goodness, there's stuff in this hallway. Leah would never make it walking down that hallway.
It's changed her entire life.
The hand railings had to be added.
And her entire home.
It's like having eternal children.
The situation is common. Families trying to meet the challenge of caring for older, disabled adults, frequently unable to find adequate living options.
People with special needs need to be more independent, and I really want to be independent.
This is going to be Betty's Village someday.
Bob Brown is CEO of Opportunity Village. For years, the nonprofit has wanted to turn this slice of dirt in the Southwest into something new. A place for people with special needs to have their own special home.
There are still a lot of people that have intellectual disabilities that are still locked away.
After navigating the labyrinth of government regulation, OV says it is ready to put its plan into action.
We do rehabilitation and job training, and we've got a retail store. And now we're going to have residential, which is a game changer.
This is Betty's Village, a $30 million housing project to provide an independent home for our disabled community, access to the care they need in an environment that still lets them live on their own. Brown says it's just the beginning.
The goal of Opportunity Village and part of this metamorphosis is that we're going to get into housing in a big way because the need's there.
Betty's Village would have 78 units, a pool, a courtyard, and medical staff on site.
We both want.
John and Leah hope they can call it home.
If I went to Betty's Village, I'll be more independent and do some fun stuff.
They know their older sister still won't be far away.
I want them happy, and I just want them in some place where they're cared for, that if something happens to me, they have a good place to be.
Opportunity Village plans to break ground on Betty's Village September 26th, so just in a little bit here. They plan to open in 2020. Wow. It's such a fine line because you want advocates for people with special needs want to make sure that those people are able to live in the community and be assimilated into everywhere else in the public, but at the same time it's just hard to find places to live that are affordable on a fixed income. So Opportunity Village says this will help with that. We'll see where it goes, and they also plan to have more in the future. So this might just be the first Betty's Village in the Valley.
That's amazing, and I love how they get to live independently and feel like they have a little more
important.
leeway. Yeah. That's great. All right, 5:51 now. It is going to get even cooler the next few days.
We like the sound of that. Sherry has a look at your 7-day forecast coming up. Nate's keeping an eye on the roads, and you're keeping an eye on Good Day Las Vegas on the Valley's News Leader.
Cadillac.
This is Good Day Las Vegas.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy Tuesday. You'll notice that there are fewer clouds in the sky, but we still have a lot of bumpy wind out there. As we get through the morning, those winds will calm down. It's also noticeably cooler. We are in the 70s. It feels so comfortable. Even Pahrump, Red Rock in the 60s this morning. System swirling off the coast of Houston's bringing some rain. Our system that brought us the cooler air and all that wind is moving its way into the northern Rockies, upper Great Basin, and Hurricane Humberto is moving its way out to sea away from the East Coast. It's expected to be a major storm, though, fortunately moving away from the East Coast, but kind of bearing down on Bermuda. 90 degrees today, sunny, much lighter winds. As we get through the morning, those winds will calm down, but they'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy the 90 degrees. Tomorrow, a little warmer, but after that next system, look at the cooler fall-like 80s before fall arrives on Monday. We'll be seasonal in the 90s over the weekend. Here's Nate with a look at your commute at 5:55.
5:55, 55 past 5, and getting you out the door before 6 a.m. And you're just getting a gander at the traffic map. The good news, it's just about all green, and as quickly as a traffic delay comes, it just about disappears. Southbound I-15 coming out of the Spaghetti Bowl, it almost looked like a parking lot. There's still some slowing from before Charleston past Sahara. At one point, there's somebody changing a tire here. We're thinking that maybe that was the reason, but things are moving a little bit better now back out of the Spaghetti Bowl. Headlights, those are the folks heading into the interchange with the 95, but the overall system, a good start to your Tuesday morning. We'll keep an eye on it throughout the next hour of Good Day Las Vegas. John, Alex?
Nate, thank you. It is now 5:56, and coming up at 6 o'clock, Donnie and Marie Osmond, of course, are ending their residency on the Las Vegas Strip.
And we will hear from Marie about what it's been like to live in Las Vegas over the past decade. That and a lot more at the top of the hour.
Indeed, and speaking of at the top of the hour, the top of the 7 o'clock hour, a look at what's coming up on CBS this morning.
This may look like just another beautiful city park, but it's actually built to help protect this community from storms. Coming up on CBS this morning, we'll show you how weather-resilient parks are popping up